How to request RoHS3 exemptions. It is a question I often receive from manufacturers of electrical or electronic equipment. Can I request RoHS3 exemptions for my device? Your product may be entirely out of the RoHS scope. How do you find out? As a manufacturer, you must refer to the RoHS regulation itself. For example, Article 2 of the European Union, EU, Directive 2011/65 EU lists various exclusions from RoHS, such as military equipment, aerospace equipment, most automotive equipment, large-scale stationary industrial tools and large-scale fixed installations, products still under research and development, a few medical devices, photovoltaic panels, equipment specifically designed to be part of an excluded product. Difference between a RoHS exclusion and an exemption. If your product is out of scope, then RoHS does not apply at all, and you don't have to look after exemptions. However, if your product falls under the RoHS scope, at least partially, then exemptions may apply to specific applications within your device. What is a RoHS3 exemption? RoHS restricts the concentration of various hazardous substances contained in electrical and electronic equipment. Lead and its compounds 0.1%. Mercury and its compounds 0.1%. Cadmium and its compounds 0.01%. Hexavalent chromium and its compounds 0.1%. Two brominated chemical families, PBBs and PBDEs, 0.1%. 4 phthalate, BBP, DBP, DEHP, and DIPB, 0.1%. EnviroPass maintains the current list of EU RoHS3 exemptions. In total, there are 40-ish general EU RoHS exemptions. Another list of exemptions applies to monitoring and control instruments and medical devices. RoHS3 exemptions regularly revised. Exemptions are authorized under certain conditions when it is impossible to avoid the use of RoHS substances for scientific and technical reasons. As a result, exemptions are revised by default every 5 years, per Article 5 of Directive 2011/65 EU. Nevertheless, they can be modified at any time by the European Commission. Exemptions are either prolonged, modified, split, or set to expire. This is why it is crucial, as a manufacturer, to monitor the current exemptions and make sure your products still benefit from valid ones. The procedure to claim an additional RoHS3 exemptions. Can you request a specific exemption for that part? The quick answer is yes. However, you need to demonstrate that an EU RoHS exemption is inevitable to make the product available on the market. EU RoHS exemption procedure. In the European Union, the applicant must submit a comprehensive dossier to the European Commission. Such dossier includes scientific technical test report on possible substitutes, performed by a third party, EU REACH data, suppliers' information on the substitutes, socio-economic information, any other relevant documents. The whole evaluation process typically takes 18 to 24 months. UK RoHS. Since the Brexit, the UK has its exemption validation process, separately from the EU. Bottom line on RoHS3 exemptions. Exemption request is a tedious and cumbersome process. The outcome is not guaranteed as the European Commission can refuse the grant the exemption. Most of the time, it is possible to find alternatives and not request a specific exemption. As a result, before requesting a RoHS exemption, EnviroPass recommends that you verify whether any other option is available.